Yes, hello, there's something weird in my neighborhood. Well, you're the freaking police. Who else am I gonna call? I don't want to call those guys. The guys are freaking hacks. Okay, hang on, give me a sec. I'm getting a second call. Freaking people can't. Hello? Right, Pixel, what's up? What do you mean I forgot to do Ghostbusters? Bro, like... I mean, I was about to... Thanks again. I don't know why I keep forgetting to do these reviews. Thanks, bye. You know what it is. Ghostbusters time. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Daily Reacts TV here, and welcome back to another review. Today we're here to review the film Ghostbusters, released in 1984. So the story for Ghostbusters follows three scientists: Egon, Peter Venkman, and Ray Stantz. Is that his right name? Ray Stantz? Right. Who goes in and finally experiences the paranormal in person. Doing so, they of course run out, and they decided to set up their own business by going in and catching ghosts, calling themselves the Ghostbusters. Doing so, they catch these ghosts, they get famous, and then basically they find out that this apartment is owned by Dana, the love interest of Peter Venkman. Comes in, finds out that someone named Gozer is taking over this apartment, this building of this apartment. Doing so, the Ghostbusters must figure out why Gozer is there and how to stop him or her once and for all. So let's just get this right out of the bat. I love this movie ever since I was a kid, but for the sad passing of Ivan Reitman, may he rest in peace, at the end of this video, I'm gonna make something for him. At the end of the video, it's gonna be a little surprise for him. So might want to stay behind for stay on that since this is premiering tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow night. I'm still thinking about it, but video is gonna be for him because how talented has he directed this film. And yes, I am gonna review Ghostbusters 2. I'm figuring out a day we can do the live reaction for Ghostbusters 2. Really excited to do that. But honestly, back to the review. I love this movie ever since I was a kid, and when I did the live reaction, I was actually really happy that I did it. And what do I still like the film? I still think it's one of my favorite movies from the 80s. By far. First of all, the best thing about this film, and I'm just saying it and I'm just throwing it out there, are the main leads. Yeah, let's get to them. So the main cast, the four main cast, phenomenal. They were really cool. We'll start with Harold Ramis, Egon Spengler, played by Harold Ramis. Great casting, by the way. Also, may he rest in peace. He was perfect for this role. He made the role his own. He made the role the way he is. There's a bit of pieces to know, hey, this is the scientist part. Let's keep that part into the film. And that's what they did. They kept the pieces of the Egon Spengler, who's a scientist, and also kept the pieces up for comedy and all that, for his horror comedy, That's what made Ghostbusters Afterlife so special, because the granddaughter of Egon is Egon because she made the terrible jokes. But Egon made the terrible jokes in this movie and in the second one. And he made the Twinkie theory, which, by the way, I love that theory, his Twinkie theory, where how the Twinkie gets big and that. I thought that was really cool how they did that for his character, and it was really interesting. He was really cool. Let's talk about Ray, the heart of the group, apparently they say in the afterlife. Really good casting by Ray, Dan Aykroyd. He really did really good with this character. He worked so hard as Ray. So he's kind of like that one dude who, at first he didn't get the whole frightness, and Peter Venkman's like, it's the first time or something, he nods his head like that, and he's like, get used to it. I was just like, wow, that's actually pretty funny and pretty dang clever, you know? So I really like how they did that and made the character more realistic than anything else. That was one of my pet peeves about the 2016 Ghostbusters movie. They didn't get the heart of this character because they had someone else play him, which is a girl, and she makes fat jokes, and it's not funny. Moving on. So Winston, he was really good in this movie. I felt like this guy could have been one of the comic relief guys, but also one of the guys who is a smartass and doesn't know what's going on and all that. He's like one of those guys who goes to work with these one scientist and then realize, what did I just get myself into? That's this character. That's Winston. And great casting, by the way. He nails it out of the park. He makes the character his own, and that's really nice. That was really cool. I'll give him props for that. I really do give him props for that. And he did really good for his character. I was not expecting to like his character again after when I was a kid. But I liked him. Yeah. Basically, the also best thing about these characters is my favorite Ghostbuster. And that's Peter Venkman. Just back to what I was doing. My family had me to do something real quick. Peter Venkman, really funny. He's the comic relief, smartass, and also the best character out of the entire Ghostbusters film of all time. He made me laugh so many times as a kid and now as an adult. As a kid, I used to act like Peter Venkman. I used to want to be Venkman, and I was like, ooh, I'm going to be a Ghostbuster. So I had the Ghostbusters costume with the inflatable proton packs, which we had back then, and now we have electronic ones, and I'm just like, why the hell did we not have that when we were kids? But, you know, it is what it is. Personal lives, you know. But I used to act like Peter Venkman, and that was amazing. It was really cool to see this character once again, and it's just, it's great for what it is. It's great for what they did for the character of Peter Venkman and all that. I loved it. I love it very much. Of course, I got more good. I don't think there is any bads. Let's talk about the relationship between Peter Venkman and Dana. I thought their relationship was very well done. Like from the beginning standpoint, where Peter and Dana, I can't even talk today. Peter and Dana met to all the way to the end of the movie and got together. That's how cool the character development and the relationship developed between these two. You know, it was really cool. It was like one of the best things about the film was that it was like, okay, we're gonna keep this going. All right, we got it on the same angle. That's best way as possible to explain that. Also, another best thing about this film is the friendship between the three scientists, Egon, Peter Venkman, and Ray. They had good development from the first scene you see them in. They are these scientists that were nobodies, that had nothing better to do with their lives but to hunt down the paranormal. But then they become the Ghostbusters, and it just develops everything we have seen from the beginning to the end. Like I said, they had great development between these three. And by the way, the first time they catch their ghost, I thought that was amazing. I thought it was cool, had great story, like just to keep up their friendship and all of that. And speaking of that, let's talk about the story, the action scenes, the drama, and the ghost. Which we're not just gonna. I just gotta tell you guys what I thought of the ghost CGI. The story, really good story. I thought the story was very well handled and well structured. Like it's like a big stretch. That's all I can say about that. Like it's like a big stretch. Another thing I really like about the story is that it the story keeps you on your toes. It's not only that it just makes you be laughing and all be like, oh, that's cool. It gets you jump out of your seat, man. I remember there was a scene, and I told you guys in the live reaction. There was a scene in Ghostbusters 1984 where Dana goes to her apartment, talks to her mom, and Gozer's dog was at her door. The freaking paws jumped and grabbed her, and I was just like, bro, that used to scare the frick out of me when I was a kid. That was a very creative scene by Ivan Reitman's true potential to make a very good film, and that scene really scared me. And that is also the cool thing, the horror. There's a little bit of horror in this movie that freaking blew your mind. It was really good and had really cool potential how to make a good story out of what we had from Ghostbusters, but to make the horror a little bit more. Because most of the horror in back at the 80s movies probably ain't that good. Like, I haven't even seen the original Halloween. Oops. You know, like, oops. And basically the best thing about the horror is that it just develops to that moment. Like, the scene, and yeah, I'm gonna go there. That same scene, she goes into her apartment, talks to the roommate, by the way, from Spaceballs. Yeah, he's in this movie, but I won't get on his character. I think I'm going to get on him more in Ghostbusters 2, because he was way more funny in that movie. This one, he was a little bit kind of funny, but he wasn't really that good in this film. I'm not even going to get on him, but she talks to him, goes to her room, go to her apartment, can't even talk today, sits down, boom, Gozer takes over her. That scene scared the crap out of me. And that's how it develops to the story, to the horror, you know. Basically, the comedy. I actually liked it. I laughed so dang hard at the comedy of this movie. It was very good, really well developed. Like, it develops to from story, horror, comedy. Story, horror, comedy. Story, horror, comedy. Story, horror, comedy. You know, it's just, it works very well, and I really like that. I thought the comedy was very funny. Especially this scene. Yeah. That scene made me laugh so many times as a kid. And now as an adult, it still made me laugh. Dang. Of course, there's another part that I haven't even talked about, and that is the action scenes in this movie. The action scenes, very well done. I thought they did really good by developing the action scenes in this movie. Like, it gets to, like, the slow moments of catching the ghost, and then it gets to this one scene with Gozer. That's what I liked about these movies, these Ghostbusters movies, Ghostbusters 1, 2, and Afterlife, is that they slow down and tells the story first, and then get to the event to go fight the main villain, or shoot at the main villain. I don't know how to say it. And it was like that in the game, too, which I have finished on my gaming channel. I missed the game already, but I'm already replaying it right now. So, you know, but like I said, it just stretches what we needed for the action scenes to get all the way to the end. That's all I gotta say for now about that. But it just works so well. By the way, I forgot to mention the theme song, Who You Gonna Call, which I'm using in the background for the video. Very well done, by the way. I listen to that song every day as I can. Good song. So do I have any problems with Ghostbusters? I only have one. And that is the ghost designs and the CGI. And I know this movie was made in 1984. I get that. But the CGI could have been better. It wasn't great. It wasn't so perfection, if you're catching my drift, you know. Dang. I don't know how to say this. The ghost just doesn't look good. The CGI for the ghost, God. And even the CGI with the dogs, they were pretty bad. I am not gonna lie. But that doesn't mean the movie is bad because of all these troubles, right? No, of course not. That's actually what makes the movie better. It's just seeing these CGI in that and be like, okay, it's not that great. Oh well. But the movie is still good till this very day. And that is why I'm giving Ghostbusters 1984 a 7 out of 10. It was a great enjoyment from me as a Ghostbusters fan. And of course, it was enjoyment for me and Thomas. And then we'll have RangerNet for Ghostbusters 2. Now, as always, smack the like button, also push the red button, which is subscribe. Turn your notifications to be notified video I make. Go in the links in the description to my gaming channel, my 3rd channel, my 4th channel, and my Discord server. Enjoy this little NDA for Ivan Reitman. May he rest in peace. Everyone, take care.
Invented the idea of ghostbusting, and when you talk to him, it's like talking to Ray Stantz.
An audience in a sequel. We had that going for us. I don't think anyone really anticipated what they were going to see in the first film.
Well, that's probably the right answer. He gave the right answer. You can't really surprise him.
Himself and John Belushi. Come on, guys.